Hey, pepper lovers, our last frost date is here, and now it's time for a really exciting part of this whole pepper growing process. The sun is out, the soil temperature is warming up. It's time to get those seedlings outside for the first time and get them hardened off and ready for our outdoor garden spaces. So all right, everybody, here we are. Time for another video here in our Ultimate Pepper Growing Guide, our Urban Gardener Ultimate Pepper Growing Guide here. And it's time to start moving along. You can see all the plants are growing along really nicely. And real quick though, if you are just getting started here, if you're just jumping in and this is the first video in our growing guide, you'll want to go back and check out the first videos, what's led up to this point. We started all the way from seeds several videos back. I'll put a link or an iCard right up above there on the screen and down in the description below. But you want to go back and check out from the beginning if you haven't yet already. But here we are. Like I said, plants are ready to go. We've got to get them moving outside now. Last frost date is here. Soil temperatures have warmed up above 50 degrees now, so it's really a great time to get them outside and get them starting to grow out in the, in outdoor sun, out there with nature and getting growing. But these things have been inside for weeks now. They've started off, they've been growing inside under these lights. So it's gonna take a whole process. And I'll go over all of that with you here in just a little bit. But before we get started in and digging into all of that great stuff here, I wanted to go over our question I posed to you in our last video in the series. Where did peppers originate from? Where did they come from? And the answer to that is South America, some species with some Central America ties as well too, but yeah, South America. Peppers are of the capsicum genus of the Solanaceae family, and that family consists of other plant varieties like tomatoes, eggplants, even potatoes, among many others. Basically the nightshade family, if you're familiar with that term as well too. But there are many different varieties and species of capsicum. Do you know the 5 domesticated species of capsicum? I can't say that. But anyways, down below in the comment section right below, let me know if you know the 5 domesticated species of capsicums. There are dozens of species, but there's 5 domesticated that we mainly grow here, and we grow a couple of different varieties of those. And let me know down in the comments section if you know the 5 domesticated varieties of capsicum, as well as click that like button if you're down there as well too. So yeah, click that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the bell notifications to be notified of all of our upcoming videos and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, let's get these plants outside for the very first time, and then we'll talk a little bit more about hardening off. So all right, here we are. We've got all of our pepper seedlings outdoors now for the very, very first time. They're getting to feel that wind. They're not really getting any full sun yet because this is going to be the very initial part of their hardening off process here. And I've got this really great spot here right along the side of the house here, along the alleyway, just before our back porch here, and it gets this good shade right here. And so this is what we're going to do, is we're going to let these sit out here for, you know, a couple hours. It's nice and shady. It's not bad. It's actually a decently warm day today, so they're going to be just fine. I'm going to let them sit out here for a couple of hours. And in a couple of hours from now, though, too, is all of this is going to creep up, and the sun is going to hit to the west as it's getting ready to set. So at that point in time, it's going to creep up. It'll take over this whole space. It'll become sunny. I don't want that yet the first day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them all back in just as it gets up there. And then tomorrow for day 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these back out here, right here, but I'm going to do it earlier. And then I'm going to let them sit out for most of the day. And then they're going to get here as soon as the sun creeps up. We're going to bring them back in. And then day 3, though, we're going to bring them out nice and bright and early. They're going to spend all day out here. And when the sun comes up, I'm going to let them sit on them. In fact, I might even scooch them up just a little bit so they can get some uniform, good full sun for only about 15-20 minutes that first day. That's it. I just want them to get a taste of it. I don't want them to get sunburnt and get too much of it. These guys haven't seen any sunlight at all. This is going to be very, very bright, intense UV light that they're just not used to with the lights that we have indoors. So just 15-20 minutes, that's it, that first day. And then I'm going to bring them back out again, same thing the next day, but I'm going to give them about 30-40 minutes. And then by day 5, it's going to be full sun, and I'm going to let it go until that sun sets. And I'm going to just let them be out here. They're going to get to spend that first night and everything. And then on that day 6, when it comes down to it, we're going to just take them and move them around the gardens where they're going to be. I'll take the little cups all over the place, and then from that point on, they'll be out in their spaces where they're going to be for the rest of the growing season. And you know, at that point, we're going to transplant them out, get them all out, and they'll be doing very, very well. We're going to take it nice and easy on that process. And as you can see, everybody's doing pretty good. We've got some that are just, growing a little more stressed out than others. And speaking of stress, which could be happening at this point, depending on what timing you have to be able to get out and do this. These seedlings now have grown from those little seed trays to moving into these cups, but now at this point they've been developing enough leaves and all of that the roots are really wanting to take up a bit more space, and at that point they'll start stressing out. And when you see them stressing out, a plant's natural instinct is to start putting off flowers. So this is one of the things you want to be kind of looking for at this stage, are these little flowers that are coming onto the plant now, because again, they're getting stressed and they're going to stress out just a little bit more. We're just going to pull those flowers right off and make sure that these plants aren't putting energy into developing seed. Because that's what their instinct is. They want to develop seed now. They think they might not have too long to go because they don't got much space in there. So they're going to develop seed in order to start passing on again their genes into new plants and all of that. So we're going to get them into new spaces. They're going to do fine and have more space to have more root development, to grow larger, develop more leaves and all of that. So we're going to take off all of these flowers at this point, and then later on, as they get growing, we'll go ahead and start letting them flower. One of the other things I want to talk about, and we're going to talk about in our next video as well too, is topping off pepper plants. This has always been a big subject I see in the pepper community, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on it. I'll tell you what my opinion is, what I do with my plants. I will tell you this though, we are going to top off a pepper plant, but we'll talk all about that in our next upcoming video. So, all right, there we go. Our plants are set off on this journey now. They're getting their first taste of the sun, the wind. They're gonna get some night times here real soon as well. And just getting to learn about life here outdoors in the wild nature. And like I was saying earlier, you know, I don't think that they are looking forward to this as much as I am, but you know, this is a crucial process. Like I said, we've got to get them introduced and used to being out here. This is where they're going to be. So you can kind of take this as well too to a lot of things that we say in this video series to be kind of adjustable, to kind of fit it to what you want to do and how you like. Maybe you see or try some different things and they work out a little bit better for you, but that's kind of the thing about some of these processes, that we can work with them over time and over seasons and get to figure them out just a little bit more. This is just kind of what I've done in my space that seems to work out decently for me. But one of the things also, you know, you got to remember too that this is a little bit stressful for them. So you're going to see even more types of stress now. You know, they might even try pushing out just a little bit more seed a little bit faster. That might happen. Sunburn. You could see some yellowing and leaves falling off and things like that. This is going to be a transition for them, and that's going to happen anyways, no matter kind of how we go through this process. And like I said, some people don't even do hardening off at all. Some people just throw their plants out to the wild and let them go and go through that stress anyways. And like I said, they're going to bounce back. I'm just trying to make it as least stressful as possible that I can for these plants. That's why I go through this process. And you can kind of decide yourself though too, how you want to do that, you know, when it comes down to it. But you know, ultimately, it's great, you know, to get our plants out. And like I said, we've got a lot more to be talking about here when it comes to all of these seedlings and the process that we're going to be going through here. As I just mentioned, we'll talk about in the next video about topping off plants and some other things as well too, as again, we're getting them ready, we're getting them out to be transplanted. We'll talk about transplanting coming up here, how and what we go through that. We've got our bucket systems. You know, that's going to be one thing about these plants, is some of them are going to go out into in-ground spaces, and those root systems are going to just get to go wild, you know, and just really grow out, and we'll have some plants that'll get to grow in ground, but a lot of our plants will be in some containers. And here we like to use some water wicking bucket containers that we build here. So we'll talk about all that sort of stuff still coming up here. More to talk about in this video series. So again, I'm so glad that all of you have taken your time to join with me here and watch how we get all of these plants through the process of growing from seed all the way to collecting seed again. Like I said, all sorts of other fun stuff in between. So be sure, real quick, before you head out, click that like button, hit the thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the bell notification to be notified of all of our upcoming videos. And we got some live streams. We got a really fun live weekend gardening talk show with so many awesome gardeners from around the gardening community that you'll want to make sure that you come and join with us for that as well too. But we got a lot more to talk about when it comes to peppers. So I really look forward to seeing all of you on our very next pepper video.